guys, this is Evan from Team Darkbright, and today I have my Psy-Frame Numeron deck profile. Let's get right into it. So first off, we have 3 copies of Psy-Frame Driver. Even if you draw it, it's still useful in hand because of the Psy-Frame circuit, just to boost the attack. 3 copies of Gamma, just for the monster negation is really good. 3 copies of Beta, being able to stop your opponent's attack and then end battle phase is really important, especially with this being a 1-star. In main phase 2, on resolution with Circuit, being able to make the Black Rose Dragon to whiteboard is actually really good. 3 copies of Delta, just to negate spells. 3 copies of Alpha, allows you to search any of your other Psy-Frame monsters. Got the 1 copy of Epsilon, just for the trap negate. You can side the other 2 copies. 1 copy of Multi-Threader. Just having it in hand for protection for when you activate your Psy-Frame gears, and also just Engrave is useful with cards like 1-for-1, just to tune around any of your betas or your alpha. You can make a 7 on your opponent's turn sometimes. 3 copies of the Numeron Wall, kind of mandatory for the Numeron engine. And then 2 copies of Planet Finder. You can sub this out for 1 copy of Set Rotation and then a magical Midbreaker Field. I don't have Midbreaker Field right now, so I'm just going to sub in these. Also, it's just important to have some normal summons, considering that all of your Psy-Frames are special summons from hand. So for the field spells, we got the 3 Circuit, and then the 3 Network. Of course, you got the 2 copies of Numeron Calling, and then the 2 copies of Memories of Hope is also really good. Being able to go +3 off of Numeron Calling or Numeron Network is really insane for this deck. 1 copy of Foolish Burial Goods, being able to dub the Psy-Frame trap is really good, because on your opponent's turn you can banish it to search out any of your Psy-Frame cards. The 1 copy of 1-for-1, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Terraforming, every deck should be running it that runs spells, 1 copy of Metaverse, being able to activate this just to get out Circuit on your opponent's turn can be really useful sometimes, and then the 3 copies of Overload. I mainly use it for the secondary effects, being able to banish to grab the Siren cards from deck on your opponent's turn is really important, be able to out their plays after knowing what they're playing. That's it for the main deck. Off to the extra deck, we've got 2 copies of Zeta, 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon, 1 copy of Omega, 1 Savage, 1 Berserker of Tenyi, and 1 Shen-Shen. Shen-Shens are actually really good in this deck because of Zeta. One of Zeta's features is if the monster that you banish from your opponent's side is no longer in the banish zone, when it returns on standby, your opponent's monster doesn't return, so using Shen-Shen to target your opponent's banished monster and putting it to grave will remove it so it doesn't come back, which is nice. 1 copy of Zexal, important for the Numeron plays. 1 Gate 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1 Sunya. Sunya is actually really good just because the 4k burn damage is actually really important sometimes. 1 Lambda. I would be running 2, but I only have the 1. I'd probably cut 1 Zeta for a Lambda. But this deck doesn't have too many normal summons, so Lambda actually doesn't come up too often. A lot of the time you're going to your Numeron plays. And then the 1 copy of the Megaclops. Being able to just go 3 off of Numeron Calling instead, and then going into Megaclops can sometimes win you games just because big body on board that can only be destroyed by Xyz monsters. Yes, Zeus does out it, but still a really important card. But that's it for the extra deck. Side deck is always up to you. For me, though, what I'm running is 3 copies of Ainley, 3 copies of DD Crow, the 3rd copy of the Memories of Hope, the 1 extra copy of the Foolish Burial Goods, the 2 copies of Epsilon, I have 2 copies of Psychic Path. You can put these, you can trade these off for Psychic Feel Zone. It's also a really good card just to be able to make synchro plays. 2 copies of Mind Over Matter, really actually like good for this deck because even if you don't have the Psy-Frame circuit on board, being able to tribute off the cards that are special summoned by your Psy-Frame gears is actually really nice instead of banishing them. And then 1 Psychic Overload. I really didn't know what other card to put in there, but that can be replaced with literally anything. But that's it for the side. Let me know in the comments below what changes you think I should make to the deck. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.